Hi guys and welcome back. Today I'm gonna show you where I believe where Bitcoin might potentially bounce from, and I can tell you it looks like it that we are already really close to it, and I'm gonna show you why I believe that is actually happening right now. If you want to know from where we can start to go along again and make here a lot of money on this channel, then make definitely sure that you're subscribed, like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And now let's jump directly into it here. So when we are looking here at Bitcoin on the 1 hourly chart, it still looks pretty ugly, especially here with the MACD being wide open here to the downside and still pointing down. But here I also see a small glimpse of hope already, because this can never stay long like this. So you see here also there were some selling pressure already fading out, and then it came basically back now. But I believe that here over the next coming hours we're actually going to bottom out and that the market will reverse back to the upside. So how do I get to this conclusion? First of all, alts, some of the alts, they are bouncing really strong when Bitcoin has a small move to the upside, and when Bitcoin is moving to the downside, they are not being taken down so much anymore. Like for example, when we broke here this level where they dropped like 7-8%, even though these alts are right now down over the day 7-8-9%, when Bitcoin breaks lower, they are not going with Bitcoin down so much anymore, like 5-6% or something like that. It's not happening anymore. So this is normally an indication that we are close to the bottom when we see altcoins behaving like that. I say close because there's normally a bigger capitulation candle on all time frames, something like this, where we come straight back up before this is actually happening. And this capitulation candle could be just around the corner. So the big question is, how low will we go when we get this capitulation candle, and will we actually break then also this downward sloping resistance line that is holding us down since the all-time high? I can tell you the first sign where you can massively go long again is when we're actually breaking this line here with a 4-hourly close. So that will be one of the confirmation points where you can start to get into some positions again, and you can go heavy again when we're above 68,700. So but first we need to get there. When we're moving then on to the 4-hourly time frame, here I'm waiting for the bottoming signal. You see we have here the short-term support zones that I was talking about that we are testing right now. So this one got already broken, this will turn into resistance, but the one that we are in right now, that one I want to see that it actually holds. I don't want that we come down to fill this wick here. I don't want to see it, that we come down to like 59 and touch here the key support again and bounce from there up. Because that altcoin's going to feel that when we drop down into this gap here. So that is something that we don't want to see. The good news here is that the RSI is potentially trying to start to form here a divergence. You cannot see it right now, be in the beginning. So, and the other thing is that we're starting slowly to turn around here on the RSI, which also means that the selling pressure is right now fading out in the market, and also the stochastic RSI is close to the bottom to be in oversold conditions from where we normally get an uptick. So over the next, let's say 6 hours, we should be in a position where we can tell from where we're going to turn around. If it will be here from this short-term support area, or if we actually go down to like 59,000 and from there find support to go back up. Something else that I want to point out here, which I also don't really like, is that we have here a head and shoulders pattern. So this head and shoulders pattern has of course here the top. So kind of like here is the neckline, actually a little bit higher. So it actually started already to break down. So then look at that. So that would bring us down to $56,000 if we would play that head and shoulders pattern completely out. If you are still looking for a potential short on Bitcoin, I think if we break 62,300 and close a 30 minutes candle at this level, there you could look for a short. But it will be a risky one, you know. So I'm not doing that. The lower we go, the more I'm gonna DCA into my long position here. I will do this until $58,000. So, and then my liquidation price will be somewhere around, I don't know, $59,000, $60,000. Sorry, my liquidation price will be around $56,000, $57,000. If we go any lower than 58, they're gonna cut that long position on Bitcoin. But until then, I'm gonna trade it. So if you wanna hedge yourself with a short, you can do that from 62,300 approximately. And then to the upside, of course, the big resistance level to go here completely back to the upside and into direction of 70,000 is here at $67,400, $68,500. That resistance area needs to be broken so that we can go and attack new all-time highs. Go here to the funding heat map. I think this one is completely green with so much red in the market. That is really not surprising. I guess also here, look, I can go to like 100, even below 100, and we are still green. So and that just shows you how much we have cooled down here. Can go like to 50, to 50, and we are not orange besides here at paper and what is this here? Aptos. But it's Aptos because it's up today. So that's why it's a little bit yellow. But everything else is green, So that just shows you how low also the funding rates are, how much that has cooled down, and how good this retest is health-wise for the market. But I think it's time that we start to go up again. Let me know in the comments if you agree. I would like that we start to go back up again. When we're looking here at the liquidation levels, I think in the worst case, based on liquidation levels, that we get a bounce here from 61,400 and then come back up here. That is the level that I'm looking at, because also the last move after consolidation into the new all-time high came from this area, and we also bounced the last time really hard from this area. So here I definitely expect a reaction, most likely around exactly 62,000 or 61,500, in that kind of range here, in that narrow range. I expect a reaction from the price back to the upside. If we don't get a reaction there, we go almost straight to 59,000, and I potentially gonna hedge a short then to that level, to the downside. When it comes to liquidation levels, again, some heavy shorters came in here at $800 approximately. Trust me, all these people up here, they will get punished sooner or later. When we're looking at the liquidation heat map, juicy levels for potential short squeezes. Yeah, look at this here. So here, 69,300. If we get up to this level, there will be a huge short squeeze. It will start already around 68,200, more or less. So from there, we're gonna get a short squeeze into $70,000 if we get it. So let's see how the weekly is looking with underlying levels when it comes to longs. Yeah, we cleaned a lot of the longs already out, so there's not much liquidity to be taken anymore. Yeah, so look here. So if the market makers want to push the price lower to get liquidity here out of longs, they have to go to 58,900 to 56 and then push it all the way down to 50 to get here $703 million worth of liquidations. So I believe they're going to push it up at some point in between here. Yeah, basically here, there's another level, the last level until we have a huge gap. So you had 61,400, exactly aligning with the levels that I just shown. I believe worst case, we're gonna reverse back up because here is also like almost 600 million. Here's so much money up there. So there's almost $2 billion worth of liquidations in the $70,000 area. Sorry, $72,000 to $75,000 area. So let Bitcoin do its thing. Let it go down just a little bit more. I believe that we're really, really close to get where we have to get. So, and you see also here, we have lost the range now, here on the 1 hourly chart. Now we have actually to look here in the past where the next range is. So this is the former range that we were in. So we basically already broke into that, which is not a good sign. So basically this was the range here. So for now, I would expect this range to hold, but if we lose it, like I said, so get ready for $59,000. So this is the range that you want to look at. You want to watch Bitcoin bouncing above that range here and start to consolidate or to push to the upside. That is what you want from this range. right now. So that's something that I watch closely, and the 4-hourly close is also something that I would not forget about. So guys, don't forget, if you want to support the channel and trade with me together, do it on BYBIT. You still get $30,000 if you use my specific link down below, and also Margex. You can copy trade me with the link below here. And if for some reason you cannot use BYBIT, then use BITGET or Phemex. They are also as well as good as BYBIT. I just have a closer relationship with BYBIT and trade there way longer than on the other platforms. But there's nothing wrong with BitGet or Phemex if you also want to trade there. And if you want to copy trade me, go to FAIRDESK. The link is here down below. There you still get the highest bonus in the industry of $120,000. The links are all in the pinned comment below and in the description of this video. So now let's also have a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum lost the golden ratio here, which is inherently bad, really bad for Ethereum. We need also to break this downward sloping trend line that is acting as a resistance right now, sitting at around $3,490. But here on Ethereum, I see potentially here already a W forming on the 30 minutes chart. So this is, if this is playing out, I'm gonna watch it. That could be a first sign of a reversal here for Ethereum, but it can still do something like this, you know. So that's why I'm saying it's in the early stage. You know, we need to form here a little bit more of this side over the next 4 hours, also to have a clearer picture here. So also watch Ethereum, you know, because if Ethereum goes back up, a lot of beta plays on Ethereum will also go back up. Then here on the 4-hourly chart, we get a better picture what's going on. So we are basically fighting to stay in that volume traded area here of 3,200 to 3,275. Lose that area, then there's only a little bit at 3,100, and then it's basically straight down to sub $3,000. And that will coincide with Bitcoin going to 59 when, if that would be happening. But also here, stochastic is about to bottom out. And if the next 4-hourly candle is the turnaround candle, that can be a candle like, let me see here. Do we have a candle like this here somewhere? It could be a candle like this one. My drawing skills again. Could be a candle like this one here. A doji candle. So if you see a doji candle, something like this, in green, important that this is in green, the next 4-hourly candle closing like this, and the next one starts pumping, then you know, okay, reversal is in. So, because then we have a Morningstar pattern here. The same goes if the next candle just goes straight up, something like this. Then also, same scenario, especially if it breaks through here, closes like this, and the next candle continues to go higher. So the next 5.5 hours here for me, for you most likely the next 4.5 hours, will be really, really interesting. Now the Bitcoin dominance is doing what I expected the dominance to do. Remember what I said yesterday? Yesterday I told you the dominance most likely is going to keep the resistance, the downward sloping resistance here, and then we get a rejection from that to the downside. So, and I want to see some follow through here. But if Bitcoin decides to turn around and go back to the upside, most likely we're going to touch 54.3% again. And from there then turn around and start to go lower for the altcoins. When now that we're speaking about altcoins, when we go here to the 4-hour RSI heat map, then you see here many alts are right now in a buy area. LDO, Algo, Eagle, DYDX, Comp, FXS, LRC, Pixel, Ethereum, Matic. But there are some altcoins that are actually performing today, and that I want you to have an eye on them, because they are bouncing really strong when Bitcoin is doing nothing right now or is going up. So you should keep an eye on them, and some of them I'm actually trading right now. One of them here is Fetch AI. So because you look on the 4-hourly, we have bottomed out. We got here a buy signal. We are still more or less in this ugly falling wedge. And earlier, we were actually quite a little bit up here, you know, so now we are going down again because of Bitcoin, but we are holding these lows here of $2.16 for now. So as long as we are holding them, every time that we dip here until $2.35, I'm gonna add a little bit more to my position because I know that we are close to the bottom, and once we are seeing the bottom and have a confirmation of the bottom, then I know Fetch is going to run straight back to like $3 or something. So that is one of the coins that I'm definitely trading here right now. So when it comes to stop loss, I would have a stop loss right now at $2.14. Don't trade with too much leverage because that is over 10% to the downside if you get into this. So here I would not use more than 2-3x leverage just to avoid liquidation. Then Injective is another one holding on quite well under these circumstances. So as you can see, we were retesting here $36.87, which was a big support level. So we are fighting with this right now, but you also see here again, stochastic completely at the bottom, and we normally don't stay there for a long time and get a push to the upside, and that also means then price action is returning back to the upside. Just here, this area, flip now into resistance. So I want to change here text and everything for this area. So, and that will be most likely the next area that we are going to test here, 41 and 30 cents and $43.46 most likely. Then another strong coin is AVAX. Look at this here. So it's not going back into the resistance area here of $56.40. It's sitting on it. So and also here, I would say in the next 5 hours, you're gonna see a move here back to like $65 if Bitcoin is playing along. So for the time being, I make this green because we're sitting on it, but I believe that we are going to see a small dip back into it and then come straight back out. The same goes here with Optimism. Optimism, you see, is bouncing here already because it was here for a long time flatlining. The RSI is pointing to the upside, the MACD fading, selling pressure. So here we have potentially already bottomed. I would be more sure about this if Bitcoin would also see already its bounce. And then, of course, Ethereum. And if Ethereum bounces, then here, for something like Optimism will bounce really hard to the upside. Otherwise, there were some other coins that I wanted to show you. Near also. Near is holding on here to that support level of $6.40 to $6.61. As long as we are holding this, I also expect that we're going back up quite soon here. Also, when you look here on the indicators, stochastic about to give a buy signal in 1 hour and 30. RSI potentially turning already around, making a round shape, and fading selling pressure. So this kind of was just here lighter. See, there it is, lighter red. So if we can close that in lighter red, then the next one will be lighter red most likely, and then we see a reversal back to like $7 something for Near. And guys, that's it already for today's episode. It was a little bit quicker than usual, but it was also because I actually had internet problems, and then I had some calls, and now the video needs to get edited, so everything took a little bit longer than usual. For that reason, the video is a little bit shorter. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. We are killing it on this channel right now, so I really appreciate that. So yeah, and for that, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I hope that I'm going to see you again tomorrow.